Alright, I'm here with Jared Fallon at the Sydney Track Classic. How did you think your race went?
Yeah, it was okay. It was pretty hard. I've been staying in Canberra at the AIS Altitude House the last 3 weeks, so just come out of there yesterday morning and come up here. It was pretty hard, so good hit out. It was fast. It's good for next week. We've got a nationals down in Hobart, so hopefully that'll pick us up a bit for that race.
Yeah. So what are your plans leading in to the national trials down in Hobart?
Just take it easy now. That was the last sort of hit out before the race. We've done all our work now, so really just go back to Canberra, do a bit of recovery this week, and really just freshen up and hopefully race well.
So what are your plans leading into London from after Hobart next week?
After Hobart, we fly straight to Mexico. We're going to race over there in Chihuahua. It's one of the big races for the year, over 20k. Race on the South Americans. Should be a good competition to see how I'm going. Then we've got the World Cup in May, which is in Russia, which is probably the second biggest competition for us behind the Olympics. We're doing 50k there, and hopefully that'll go well. We've been sort of preparing more for 50k this year. Then really just spend a bit of time at St Moritz before London. Try to get good results.
So how do you think you plan your peaking for London?
Yeah, it's going well. I'm probably more focused towards 50k this year. Still want to go well on the 20k, but I think 50k I can get a really good shot for the gold medal.
So with the Russians, how do you think you'll come up against them? They'll come up.
Yeah, they're obviously going to be the hardest guys to beat. They've got a great squad over in Saransk, and that's where the World Cup is this year. So we're going to where they train. Yeah, it's going to be pretty tough. You've got to train hard to beat those guys. They've got a whole complement of walkers, like plenty of guys to choose from. It's pretty much just like, if you think of distance running, it's like a Kenyan national team sort of thing.
Yeah, being a distance runner, that does happen to us.
Sorry?
Being a distance runner, that does happen to us with the Kenyans, unfortunately.
It's always new guys every year. They've got a really hard team to break into, so yeah.
All right, thank you.
No.
Yes, it is a qualifier, so this is my third or fourth.
So what's your feeling this far out from London?
Actually, I feel very good. For this period and training-wise, we are just putting a lot of mileage into training and strength, endurance, so we haven't started the real work yet. And to be able to run 8:22 of this training, it's very positive for what's to come.
And official results
Yusuf, so given that your third or fourth Olympic qualifier, how will you go into preparing for the Olympic trials now?
Well, at the moment everything is going to the way we planned the season. Probably it's a little bit too early to run fast, but having the pressure from Athletics Australia to perform domestically, we have to do what we need to do. And to be honest, running 8:22 this time of the year, I'm very happy.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Gareth.
Yeah, thanks.
Here at the steeplechase, it's a very unique event because it's 3,000 metres. If you go over hurdles, but one of them you land in water. So why does this make the event so unique?
No, you know that in Kenya there are so many hurdles, so now you tactics for barriers, water jumps,
Now, do you have plans to go to the Olympics in 2012?
Yeah, I have plans. I want to go back there, Kenya train hard, then the Kenyan crowds.
He tried something, he worked.
Now, what are your goals for the 2012 Olympics?
Yeah, I want to train hard to be in the Kenyan team at the Kenyan crowd.
Thank you, Giles, for joining us on the Community Radio Network.
Thanks, sir.
I'm here with the winner of the Sydney Track Classic 2012 3,000 metre steeplechase. How do you think your race went? How do you think your race went?
Yeah, my race was good, not bad. At least the first day in the season.
So, given that you've run that time at this time of year in the preparation for London, how will you go back to Kenya now and prepare for the grueling Kenyan trials with the likes of Ezekiel Kemboi and such?
Yeah, I'm going back to Kenya to prepare, go to the Diamond League, prove my time to 8 and 8:10 this time. Then I will go back to Kenyan trials to prepare for the run and
Next event on the track,
coach the team for
men's 100 metres B race.
So with the Diamond League, what races will you do over in the Diamond League?
Yeah, we ran 3,000 steeplechases in Shanghai, and then next week, then I go back to the Kenyan trial.
So given that it's so hard with the Kenyan trials, how will your training be for that? Will it be uppage in your mileage or not really?
I'm up to run here in Australia under A20, so now I see my body is not bad. I'm going to improve a little. I know I'm sure I'll get to the Olympic team.
All right, thanks. How do you think your race went just then?
Yeah, no, look, I'm really happy to be able to stick with Yusuf in the early stages and try my best to grit it out behind him. But you know, the bloke schooled me today, and that's what this level's about, is trying to do your best to hang on to guys like him. And I gave it my best today, and really happy with PB.
Yeah, so given that was a massive personal best, so what will you be planning on doing now between now and Melbourne and the Olympic trials?
Yeah, it's a massive PB because it is a new event, and you know, I've sort of expected that's going to come. But yeah, Melbourne, I'm really looking forward to it, and it'll be great to try and take those guys on, hopefully in a tactical setting. And yeah, I'll be giving it my best to make the top 3. That'll be what I'm aiming for. So
will you go to Europe at all and give any of the Diamond League a crack? Or?
That really depends, actually. You know, it depends how I progress on from here, because you know, 8:39, it's a good run. I'm happy with the PB, but it's still a long way from that qualifying type of standard, which I'm not at yet. So I'll be doing everything I can to get to that standard, and then maybe we can have a think about doing something overseas.
So you were just saying, that you just did your first Pacific steeple session on during the week.
Yeah.
How did that go?
Yeah, good. I did 4 800s. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. And Lindsay Watson actually helped me through it. Yusuf's coach actually, with the guidance of my own coach there. But Yusuf's coach helped me with the steeple session. Yeah, it was good.
So given that you're doing steeple sessions with Yusuf, the likes of Yusuf,
not with him. His coach just happened to be at the track, and Ken and I approached him and asked if he'd help us. So big thanks to him.
Yeah. All right, thanks, Dip.
Couple of lines, mate. Lunch walks back. Thanks. That's one line. Yeah, look, you know, I hate talking about it, to be honest, but $5 grand for prostate cancer is a good cause, and it's a male cause, and I guess this is the most masculine thing I can do. I strongly believe that prostate cancer is something that needs awareness, and has, over the last few years, really had some great support. And I think it's an area of growth from an awareness and treatment perspective, and if I can contribute to that, I'll gladly give up my time. And maybe it's nice to get out and have a run again.
Classic in the women's 1500. How did your race go?
It went very well. Didn't expect it to go that way. I sort of held myself back a bit and came home strong the last 300 metres.
Right. So where have you been training of late?
I haven't been. I got diagnosed with bronchitis, so I've been a bit up and down the last month or so, and had a whole week off and just did hour runs all week, and then yesterday afternoon I decided I felt good and I wanted to race, so I called up and had a race.
So looking at at that time, was that a PB or?
No, it's 4:12, about 2 seconds off. Very happy with it.
So from here, whereabouts are you going to go from Melbourne onwards?
Just try and race well again in Melbourne. Finish off the rest of the season, so I'll do our state champs, nationals, and see how I'm feeling, whether I go overseas or not.
All right, thanks, Bridie. I'm here with Zoe Buckman, who won the Sydney Track Classic Women's 1500. How'd your race go?
Well, you always got to be happy with the win. I'm undefeated on Australian soil in my event since I returned, so really looking to make a bid for Olympic selection. Bit disappointed at the time. I think I had a lot left in me, but the third lap slowed down a bit, and with no one behind me last start I felt that I didn't finish as hard as I could have.
So with it being the Olympic year and missing selection for the Worlds last year, how will you go about making Athletics Australia change their mind?
I put that behind me. After I missed out on selection qualified, it's all about moving forward, and you can't get too caught up thinking about the result. You just got to focus on the present, controlling what you can control, and then you see the results of your training pay off.
So considering your 4:05 in Rieti last year, how's your training been going since then?
I've been training just as well as I have then, if not a lot better. I'm stronger, I've got a better strength program, make gradual adjustments, so I think I'm in even better shape now, to be honest. I just wasn't, I didn't have the people that much to push me.
So coming from the University of Oregon to going straight into being a professional athlete, how is your role, your changing in between being a college and juggling studies to being a professional full-time athlete?
I think once you start just focusing on running, nothing else, you think it'd become bigger in your mind, but it actually seems to me to be quite a simple thing when all you have to do is go out and run, because you've had that time, constant before, that constant pressure. It's nice to just take this year to focus on the Olympics.
All right, thanks, Zoe.
Thanks.
I've got Jeff Risley and Lachlan Renshaw here, who just competed in the men's 800 at the Sydney Track Classic. How do you think your race went, Jeff?
First of all, roommates at Falls Creek. We slept this far away from each other. Obviously, I'm pretty happy with that tonight. I'm concentrating on the 1500 for the trials, and just come out here and get a good hit out is basically what I wanted. And I did that. I got a bit tired the last 30 metres, but to open up 146 is really good for me.
What about you, Lockie?
Yeah, look, it was a good race tonight. It was a bit of a rust buster for all of us, I think. So it was good to just get out there and feel the racing again. And yeah, it was okay. So it set us up well for Melbourne in 2 weeks.
I saw you race the club championships a couple of weeks ago here right here.
Yeah.
You looked strong with I think it was a 147, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was just training. That was a time trial. So the big ones are these ones, and we was trying to win tonight, but didn't come off. So it's alright.
With Kiprop in the field, it's a little bit hard.
Oh look, he was beatable. We just we didn't have a great race. So look, next time we'll get him.
So what's your plan for after Melbourne onwards, Jeff?
I'm going back to Falls Creek for 3 weeks. With maybe Geordie Williams for a couple of weeks, and our training guy Kane Willie, who's coming back. We've got a couple of girls coming up, so there'll be a good group of us up there. Hopefully the weather stays okay.
It doesn't snow this time?
No, hopefully it doesn't snow this time. And yeah, just get back to running 130k a week. I might get up to 150. Sort of, the body's good, and hopefully I can sort of make that bit of a step up and just get 10 weeks of just fitness based on.
What about you, Lockie?
150, mate. Why stop there?
Run a 1500.
Same as Jeff, I'll be at altitude, but I'm going back to America to Flagstaff in Arizona with Oregon Truck Club, so I'll be up there for about a month, and then come down and race some of the American meets like Oxy and Hooverton.
So with both of you, what are your plans for Europe?
I think I'm going to go really late. I'm going to be here till the end of June. Because of the way the season's structured, European champs are smack in the middle of June, so it's either you go over late May, early June, or you wait till late June. So I think I'm just going to get as fit as I can. I sort of proved tonight that I can race pretty well straight up. So if I can get 2, 3, 4 races and just be at a level of fitness I've never been before, then I think I'll run really well.
What about you, Lockie?
Mate, just gotta wait and see. I mean, I'm not like Jeff, I don't have to qualify yet, so it all depends on that. Just have to wait and see.
Alright, thanks. I'm here with Nick Simmons from the USA and the Oregon Track Club. How'd your race go tonight?
Oh, you know, it was a little brutal. I executed my race plan pretty well, moved up really well in the home stretch, and you know, with 250 to go, I was in position, but I just didn't have the legs. I haven't really done much speed work, so this is kind of just racing off the base, and I'm actually pretty pleased with the result.
So, with you added me on your Facebook thing with the I'm tied with the USA and IAAF stuff. So, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I just think that corporations that want to invest in track and field should be able to, and a great example is my new sponsor, Hanson Dodge Creative. I have a temporary tattoo of their Twitter handle, @Hanson Dodge, but unfortunately I have to tape over it because of the IAAF rules. So here's a great example of a corporation that would love to sponsor athletes, but are unable to get a really good return on investment because IAAF forces me to tape over it. So follow me @Nick Simmons, find out a lot more about it. Follow me throughout the season. We got a lot of stuff planned with the USATF and the IAAF, and looking forward to the season.
So when you go from here, you go to Melbourne and race in the...
Yeah, I'll stay here for another week. Love training in Sydney. We're down at Narrabeen track and working with Lockie and staying at the Renshaw's place, and I'll stay here for another about 7 or 8 days and then head down to Melbourne and race there. And I said my goal coming down here was just to run 1 second faster at Melbourne than I did at Sydney. So I didn't set the bar too high tonight. I think I should be okay.
All right, so when you go back to America, will you be going with Lockie back to Flagstaff?
Yeah, we'll be in Flagstaff for about 5 weeks, and can't not get fit at Flagstaff. So do that, come down and just start getting really sharp.
Might run into the great Kip there.
Sorry?
Might run into Kip there.
Yeah, always do.
With the Death in USA track and field in the distance at the moment, like with Galen and Kip and all that, trading places on the weekend at in both 5K and the 2 mile. It's great to see.
Yeah, I mean, total resurgence in American distance running. You got Little Centro and Behringer getting medals at Worlds, and Legat doing his thing. I just hope I can be part of it. I'd like to make another finals this year. It'd be my first Olympic finals. And, you know, in the men's 800, once you're in the finals, anything can happen. So.
Exactly. So with the Olympics coming up, how will you plan to peak at London?
Yeah, the big thing for me is just kind of training through Sydney, training through Melbourne, go up to altitude and just work my butt off up there, 70-mile weeks or so at 7,000 feet. And then it's just, 3 or 4 months of really getting sharp. Making the American team's never easy. So I'll have to be really sharp and ready to go at our trials if I'm going to beat all the young kids that are running fast right now.
Because you've won the American trials the last
4 years. Yeah. So I don't think anyone's ever won 2 Olympic trials and sandwiched all the championships in between them. So I'd like to be the first American to do that at 800 meters.
All right, thanks, Nick.
Yeah.
Track Classic. How'd your race go tonight?
Sorry?
How'd your race go tonight?
Well, I ran good. I'm happy. I'm excited about my race tonight.
So I just want to congratulate you on your World Championship gold medal from debut last year. So how does it feel to actually stand on there legitimately this time and have your national anthem played?
Sorry?
How does it feel to have your national anthem played legitimately, unlike the Olympics?
No, telling you well, it's a really nice here. Why don't we go here?
Yeah. All right, I'm here with the winners of both the men's and women's 400-meter hurdles, Lauren Bowden and Justin Gaiman, is it?
Yes, sir.
Lauren, congratulations on your Olympic qualifier, finally.
Yeah, I know it feels a bit like that, but I mean, in saying that, I wasn't too worried. I was just really confident, and thankfully the weather held together tonight. I'm so happy in the lead.
So Justin, how was that performance for you?
I had some hurdle trouble. Hit the first hurdle a little off, but I adjusted well, felt good overall, so it was a good day.
So, Lauren, now going into the Olympic trials in 2 weeks in Melbourne, now that you have that A qualifier under your belt, it will take a lot of relief off you.
Yeah, it definitely does. I think obviously the aim is just to win now, but to get another A, that would really secure my place. And, same approach as what I've had for the last couple of races, just be confident and go for my stride pattern in the time com.
So, Justin, with going back to America, with the US trials, how will you approach them in the next?
It's just hard work. I got to practice every single day, work hard, run hard on the track, work hard in the weight room. I'm trying to get my form better, trying to get more tactical this year. And that's it, just trying to work hard, that's it.
So, Lauren, with the Olympics, which meets will you do over in Europe?
I really have no idea. It was literally just see what happens after trials and then, yeah, plan the meets after that. So I think look to head to Europe probably mid-June, have some races over there, even some diamond leagues if I can get them. But it doesn't matter, it's all about London now and, you know, making that final.
So will you take the same approach as Lauren, Justin, or?
Oh yeah, my schedule is not confirmed yet, so pretty much take me as I go, see how I progress, see what I need to work on, and base my schedule off that.
So where will you be both based in Europe?
Don't know, at this stage probably Cologne in Germany.
Yeah, I'm not sure yet. Last year we were in Holland, but that might change.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks so much.
And current world champion over 800 metres. How'd your race go today, David?
My race was good today. I was satisfied. I'm happy to have run under 146.
So, was that a PB today, or?
No, it's not a PB. You know, I ran here 2 years ago, 45.5. But this being my first race this year, I'm happy.
So what will you be doing in the lead up to Melbourne? Are you going to Melbourne this year, or?
Yeah, I'm going back to Kenya, good training.
Are you going to Melbourne at all this year, or?
Yeah, I'm going to Melbourne, run 800.
So how do you plan for your season for the Olympics, and how will you plan to peak at London so you make sure you win that gold medal?
Yeah, I just want to go back, do some training, you know, do some good foundation to see that I can hold the whole season.
So where will so when you around what month will you go to Europe?
Pardon?
Around what month will you go to Europe?
Yeah, of course. When the season started, outdoor season, that is when I'll be there. Good, thank you.
No, I'm here at Tamsin Manu. Congratulations on your win tonight. How did you think your race went tonight?
Yeah, pretty much to plan. My coach said to me after the 2 other 8s that I'd done this season that I was probably ready to hit that 58 first lap and see where I'm at. Felt really comfortable, and I just tried to work down the back straight and kick home. Felt really good. Feel like I could possibly go a lot faster. So hopefully the A standard isn't too far away. This race is really distracting. I want to see who's
I hope
it's really close. It's close.
Wow. That's what Gregson ran here a couple of years ago, 3:35.
That's pretty good.
So
good field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. It was a good quality. So
yeah.
I'm happy. I'd be happy.
Yeah,
with that, so.
Yeah, I'd be pretty happy with 3:35.
I mean,
I'd be happy to finish 15.
Yeah. So anyway, so with Melbourne, so you're looking at getting the A standard there in in 2 weeks.
Yeah, look, we've been peaking after I hurt my calf. We've been peaking towards nationals.
So,
I know the season's not geared for nationals the way they've set it up, but I still like national titles. So I'll be my training partner Catherine and I'll be trying to peak at nationals. But why not have a crack at the trials in 2 weeks' time?
Yeah. So with the nationals and the way that the season has been stupidly structured.
Yeah, I'm not happy with the way it's been structured.
Like they've stopped like the diamond leagues halfway through the season.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty tough. So I think they've tried something this year, and as an athlete who's been doing domestic seasons since 1994, I would have to say this has been my least favourite season, because you're just tired as an athlete going from no races to all of a sudden in middle of January you're racing every weekend interstate. So it's been pretty tough, but I mean, I'm training hard on the training track, so we just treat it like training, and I love racing with the girls. They're a really good bunch, the 8 girls.
So with this being your last year, it's quite sad to seeing that we won't be seeing your face on the track anymore.
I'll still be here. As I said, my training partner Catherine Katz-Novakis is young, and I've got some others in the training group that I'll be coming down to watch, and I love the sport. You'd have to do more than make me retire to stop me from coming to watch. So
how's Graham going?
I dragged him along to these meets. I kept telling him, this is my last Perth meet, this is my last Sydney meet, you have to come. So
I think he's been busy with Cricket Superstar, hasn't he?
He has. I love that show. I love Australia's Next Top Model as well, so they've done that with sport, I reckon, so I'm really enjoying watching it. The boys are real characters, it's great.
All right, thanks, Tamsin.
Thank you, Tom.
I'm here with Will Lear, who just won the men's 1500. How'd your race go tonight?
You know, it was refreshing to be out there running fast. I've been doing a lot of 5K training, so going out that hard is something I wasn't accustomed to. My fastest 800 of the year by far, but just really tried to feel relaxed and smooth. And you know, I should have gone with David when he went around me at about 900 meters, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
It's a good day at the track, beautiful atmosphere, wonderful facility. Happy to be here.
I've noticed your beard and nose not as long as it used to be.
Well, you know, the folks at Nike and PowerBar, my support team, they said they wanted me to clean up my act a little bit this winter. No, that's not true at all. They're very supportive anywhere I choose to look. You know, it comes and goes, ebbs and flows, but right now it's gone. It'll be back.
So, what's the plans after here?
After here is take another couple weeks of really hard training and try and rock a 5K in Melbourne. I feel fit. Today just felt really fast.
So what distance are you looking at qualifying for London in?
London will definitely be back to the 1500. I've wanted to run a 5K ever since I graduated from college, and finally this year I'm going to have an opportunity, and it looks like Melbourne's going to be geared up to me really fast.
Yeah, from what it looks like with Buster, Collis, Benny,
there's going to be guys going after it.
Yeah, we've even got Harry Summers, who's the Vibrant Five Fingers.
Yeah,
he races in them. Yes,
oh
I
dear.
know.
Oh dear.
No, but he ran. He came third at our national 10K and ran 28:30.
That's not bad in Vibrams.
Yeah. So I just got to say, yeah, my company sponsors him. So, but anyway.
Fair dinkum.
So, but yeah, he's going over to Stanford, I think, to run the 10K there. So,
sweet as they say in New Zealand. Sweet as.
So you train with Nick Willis and that, I hear.
Yeah. No, Nick Willis, Lee Emanuel, Brandon Bethke, and I are over in New Zealand right now. We're missing Craig Huffer, the fifth and final member of the Very Nice Track Club, coached by Ron Warhurst and the lovely people at Michigan Rehabilitation Specialists in Ann Arbor, Michigan. But no, we got a great group over there. We're pounding it out, getting in really good training, and this is probably the best consecutive about 3 or 4 months of training I've put in years.
All right, thanks, Will.
Thank you.
I mean, tonight's been a really fantastic night. Running 12.66 in the hurdles. It's a world-class time. I ran it for my second last race of the season last year. And now I run it for my second race of the year. So it's pretty exciting. My coach is going to be a really good year. So I'm looking forward to continuing.
Fastest ever race in Australia. Thanks, mate. And thanks to the crowd. We appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Cheers.
I guess I don't really feel anything. I just try and get out. Every time I race, I run fast.
So
you said before you're in really good shape and you can feel it with the clock, says it?
Yeah, I'm definitely in really good shape. Just that 200, I don't know what to do. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm doing everything my coach says, but I don't know. This isn't working.
You got to get more time.
Obviously, as much as it hurts, is it sort of some sort of motivation to another barrier that you're not quite breaking?
It is. Every year, it's going to push me to run faster than 200. I know I'm capable of 22 and a half. I just got to have the right competition, the right night, and hopefully it'll all come together. But as I said, I'm not a 200 metre runner, I'm a 100 metre hurdler, so you don't see many hurdlers getting out there and racing the sprints.
I'm here with Collis Birmingham, second in the 1500 today at the Sydney Track Classic. How was your race?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was reasonably quick. I would have liked to have sort of come away with the win, but not to be tonight. I just got picked on the line by David, but you know, it was a good race and nice night, so I'm reasonably happy.
So, considering your qualifier at Briggs 2 weeks ago, was it?
Yep.
How do you foresee your future with the Olympics coming up and the trials in 2 weeks in Melbourne?
Well, I mean, I know I'm in good shape. I just sort of have to go away and prepare for the trials, pretty much the same as Briggs, really. Just sort of get a couple more weeks' work done and come out, and hopefully the form that I'm showing means that I'll have a good race in Melbourne, and if I do that, I think I'll be picked for the team, and then we move on, get ready for London.
So is Melbourne also the national championship like previously or not?
It has previously been, but I don't believe it is this year. I think it'll be ran separately.
So how do you feel about running on the new Lakeside Stadium in Melbourne?
Yeah, we're good. I haven't run on it yet, so looking forward to it to see what it's like. I mean, it's a shame we don't have Olympic Park anymore, but you know, I guess that's all been done now, and we'll have to make Albert Park the new hub of distance running.
Yeah, with that, it was unfortunate with Eddie Maguire, how he took away our hub sort of thing. But
yeah.
Anyway, so
worst part is he's a Collingwood supporter.
Yeah, I'm a Geelong, so. So how do you how will you prepare between Melbourne and the Nationals if you decide to do that?
I actually won't be here for the Nationals. Post Melbourne, I'm not really looking post Melbourne, but I'll go away to America and get some good training in. And you know, once I'm in the team, I'm just preparing for the game. So yeah.
So how do you, with London being potentially your second Olympics, how do you, with the experience of Beijing, how do you feel you go with the experience of one Olympics under your belt?
Well, I think that's it. That Beijing was an experience, and I guess in some ways it was for the experience. But this time round, I want to go there and perform better and make the final. So that's how I look at it. Beijing was for the experience, and this one it's about getting results.
So you dabbled with the marathon at London last year. How did that go?
Not well. But you know, it was something that I wanted to do and gave it a crack. Unfortunately, in the lead up to it, I suffered a bit of an Achilles problem, and that sort of hampered me a little bit. But we got back on track, and I think I'm going well now, so I'll put that to the back of my mind for the moment, and maybe I'll come back to marathons one day, but for the moment it's about 5K and the Olympics.
So who do you, with Athletic Australia and their ridiculous standards with the marathon, do you think they should take Marty and Jeff, or?
Yeah, I do, but I mean that's something that I guess it was decided on a while ago, so it's hard to comment now. They've got the standards, they've set the standards, so I'm not sure if they'll listen to what I say and change it. So I mean, I think Marty and Jeff and others that reach the IAAF time should be picked, but there's not a lot I can do about it at the moment. So I mean, I know they're both running a marathon, going to run another marathon, and so I just hope they run the time and get in the team. I know they both deserve it.
So with Ryan, and his unfortunate run of injuries, and his current one with his calf, do you see him getting the time in the near future, the A standard, or?
I think Ryan just has to get on the track and he'll run the A standard personally. It's a shame because he's in good shape. He's actually in Ballarat for a little bit last week, and I was speaking to him, and we know he's in good shape. You know, the calf injury is just an unfortunate thing to happen during that 800 in Hobart, where he sort of tripped up. But I'm sure if he gets that right, he'll qualify pretty easily.
All right, thanks, Collis.
Thank you.